So here we are, first video, brand new gear. I got the Tiffin filter here. I got a little, I don't know if you can tell, a little bounce pad with the light over here so even out the skin tones, get the right exposure. Hopefully you can see a difference, because otherwise I cried like a little baby in my last video for absolutely zero reason. Anyways, to the bait of this video, it's not actually clickbait. I did quit my job. It's actually my second job, and for those of you who don't know, I have had a side job teaching code for over a year now, where I take people from the beginning of HTML and CSS and JavaScript all the way to advanced DevOps. I help them apply to jobs. I help them get jobs. I've been their job references, and they called me, and I was like, yeah, he's a great coworker. I love to work with. Like, I've done it all, and I've been doing it for over a year at a place called Open Classrooms. And I used to do it 7 days a week, then I brought it down to 5, and then I limited my times in those 5, and then I brought it down to 2, and just slowly kind of brought it down because it's really hard to go from logic to creative YouTube mode, and it's not bait. So today was my last day. So when I first started this thing about 9 months ago, like this YouTube thing, when I quit my main job, I kept my teaching job on the side because I enjoyed it. I enjoy helping people. It's what it's all about at the end of the day, but it's a more secure form of income, more reliable, knowing that if YouTube has the adpocalypse again or something like that, all right, I have something kind of to fall back on. It doesn't pay everything, but I kept it for that fallback. I've been thinking about this for a few months now. Like, these thoughts kind of just started to creep in of like, oh, wait, I can't do this because I have a student. When it used to be, oh, I have a student, what are we doing today? Or yeah, I get to get up on Monday and teach these people this. I'm really excited. And it kind of slowly turned into like this, I have to instead of I get to. And I try to maintain an attitude of like, I get to do this. It's an opportunity, it's a privilege for me to be able to do something. And it started to transform into like, oh, I have to do this thing now. Or what I try to do is like have a perspective shift. I'll be like, well, just change the way you're looking at it, right? It's a great job, pays well, it's autonomous, it's remote. A lot of people would kill to be in your position, Josh. Why don't you just change the way you're looking at it? And that lasted about 3 weeks until, again, I started having those thoughts of like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And once you have those thoughts and then you try to change your perspective, shift how you're looking at things and be grateful for it, and then it starts to creep back in again, that's kind of how you know it's time to move on. When I ignore these thoughts of knowing I should do something and I don't do it, everything else in my life kind of takes a hit. And I don't know if you guys have seen that due to the lack of videos, or haven't seen due to the lack of videos that I haven't been producing, but basically everything else takes a hit. And I know this video isn't value added. I know it's not code related. I know it's not how to get a job or how to, fix your portfolio. I get that. 2 videos back to back, little baby crying over there, and now I'm telling you about my experience of quitting my job. That's what this is. It's the grind reel. It's cheesy and I absolutely love it, but I want to share my experience of quitting my job and what that looks like on my face. I don't know if you can see it, but a little bit of scared there, a little bit of nervousness, some excitement there, some confidence, a lot more confidence than last time, but still I am burning the boats and 100% on my own after this, and it's scary, but that's what I rant about all the time on the live streams. That's what I talk about. It's who I am. Finally cementing that, so to speak, is a big step forward, right? You have to take the leap or forever stand on the cliff of potential and what if. So if you guys are out there trying to make that leap, I'm here doing it right now. Today, I clicked send. I don't particularly think that I am the sharpest tool in the shed or the smartest guy. There are a lot more talented people, a lot more hardworking, a lot more people who deserve this more than me that are out there that don't think that they can do it. And I just want to show, if I can do this, somehow if I can do this, of all people, then you guys can go make something and get better at whatever it is that you're doing. So there's a couple things here that you might be asking yourself, well, you're not teaching code anymore. How are you going to stay relevant to the industry? Well, I still code and I still do DevOps on my website pretty much every single day. So there's something else here kind of big that I haven't really said much unless you looked at my Instagram, but it's something that I don't talk about. I don't really mention. I don't want like a sympathy story, but it's been going on behind the scenes for a very long time now, for the past 4 years since I've lived here in Utah. I promise YouTube I won't actually cry in this episode. Anyways, my dad has basically done nothing but struggle since he's been here in Utah. He worked at a company for 20 plus years and they let him go because he refused to sell parts that customers didn't need. He was supposed to upsell everything. Well, why don't you just get a new one? This one's broken, when it wasn't, type deal. And he didn't do that, so he wasn't hitting his quotas. So the company said, you know what, bye. Being that's all he's done his whole life, he made his own company. And he signed a non-compete clause in like 1991, right when he got the job, and they sued him for it. He lost everything. He put his entire retirement into his own business. Essentially, he lost the house and became homeless. Him and my mom moved in with my aunt, and they lived there for about a year until I said, you know what, Dad, here's everything I got in my savings account. Take it, move here, start new, and we'll figure out how to get you a job here, because I'm a mechanical engineer right now. Surely I can get you a job. He got to stage 6 and 7 and 8, and they would always say no. So at the end of the day, he has been job hopping from job to job. He was a pizza baker. He was a thrift store cashier. He worked at a little electric motor shop before they ran out of business. Now he is a hotel maintenance man, making $12 an hour. Since he's been here, I have been supporting them while they've been looking for jobs. I've been paying their rent, their utilities, their bills, giving them money for groceries and stuff. And I don't talk about it, right? Because I don't want a sob story, and I don't want this to be about me and how all the things. It's not about me. It's about just about taking care of your family. If I have the means and I can do it, then I should do it, because it's just wrong to be like, sorry, it's winter, starve, freeze. You know, like, I could never even process that thought. At the end of the day, I'd rather die old and knowing that I could do it, and happily did it. About a year ago, I tried to get my dad to start a YouTube channel, and he did one video on Mechanical Dad. That's his channel, Mechanical Dad. You can find it's like on my little channel page there. But he did one video, and then he lost his pizza baker job and then stopped making videos because his new job was to find a job. But he didn't have a car last year. I made a video about where I went and bought him a car for his birthday. But before he had a car, he was riding a motorcycle that he custom built from a lawnmower dumpster and a thrift shop bike frame. It had like a squirrely front wheel. You can go watch the video and you can see it. How fast does it go?
Almost 40.
Almost 40?
Yeah.
Alright, why don't you build Iron Man suits?
I don't have his machine shop. Tony Stark has quite an impressive machine shop.
So that's the turbo?
That's my turbo.
Gives it extra air.
Hopefully.
And what is it made of?
A computer fan.
A computer fan? So is that just gonna spin while you ride? And
It's battery powered. So I got headlights that are battery powered. And a tail light, battery powered. See, battery box, battery.
yeah?
And the turbo will run off the battery too.
My dad is essentially Iron Man. He has all the skills of like, you know, electrician, HVAC, mechanical engineer, carpentry. Like he's got all those things, and jobs don't really pay you for all those things. They only pay you for one thing. Ageism is real. He's 56 years old. They don't want to hire a 56-year-old man that's going to be there for 9 years and then retire. They want someone who's going to work 100 hours a week, take $45K a year, and be grateful for the opportunity to do so. Almost 3 years ago, I moved them here, and they've just struggle bust. But I was like, you know what, Dad, if I'm gonna keep doing this, if I'm gonna keep paying your bills, just quit your job, and you can make a YouTube channel where people will actually value what you know. His channel will do better than mine. He's like, you know, the king of random or smarter every day type stuff. It really sucks to see all that knowledge go to waste because he has so much to share. This has just gone way off script, but essentially I told my dad to quit his job, and I'm gonna help him make a YouTube channel while I'm not teaching. So we're gonna do father-son streams, game streams. That'll be fun to set up. You'll see him set up all his stuff and kind of document his little journey from zero to hopefully hero. And I was like, Dad, you gotta install Instagram. He's like, what's an Instagram? I'm like, oh my God, we have so much work to do right now. That's what this video is. I went and I visited him at work, where I basically told him to work for me, and you can see his reaction, and you can kind of see what he does on the day-to-day, and I don't know, he's a wizard. If you guys would just do me a favor and go subscribe to my dad's channel, it's Mechanical Dad. He's going to be making a lot of, you know, tool videos and building videos, and he might make some blueprints on how to do the things that he's done. I'm taking a loss by quitting my job and paying all my dad's other bills that he was paying with his little money that he got from his job. So hopefully it works out. This is what burning the boats looks like.
All that, why do they even care about what is saying or did? I mean, because that's long ago, 3 years ago. Well, that's like 3 years ago. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be all this, Josh. I didn't know it was going to be this. This is the office.
This is where it all goes down.
This is the office of geniuses. And this is it.
Didn't they want you to like raise prices on customers?
Well, I didn't have control over raising prices, but they wanted me to sell stuff to people that didn't need things. And I don't agree with that. Just so they can bump their profit margins up. And, you know, I don't agree with that. I don't do that. I started my own business doing things that doing the same business for about 2 years, and then got caught up in a non-compete. And they ended up actually suing me, and so I had to close it down. It was the only way I could get out of it.
What happened to the house?
Well, the house got foreclosed because I lost all the money I had in the business, and the money I used for retirement was put into the business, and it was successful, but I couldn't fight the non-compete thing. Switch. Not a big deal. Be down. Okay. Bye. This one?
No.
This one?
Yeah. No. What have you done with that?
This door, watch out for the door because it slams. Just a sale switch.
When they took the house, where did you go?
Well, we had to move to your mother's sister's house in a basement, and we lived there for not quite a year, and which was a long time. So not always used to be on my own. So
Did you already do it?
no, it should have been done by the guy this morning. Maintenance.
What's wrong with this one?
The tub, they say, is slow to drain, but the weekend guy was supposed to unclog it, so I just need to double check it. It needs to be changed.
How much did you put in for your own business?
Over 100,000,
You got a number?
maybe 120,000, 130,000. It was a lot. That was my retirement.
So what's your plan now?
Don't know. Not sure.
What's it like to go from a salary to $85 an hour to $15 an hour?
You know, it is what it is. It's you adjust your way of living for sure. Yeah, I need to go in and change it on the control box now.
Where do you live?
I split a house right now, and I'm still living in a basement of a second house. Kind of ironic, but one tenant lives upstairs and we live downstairs. That's it. I'm done.
Are you just going to work here until you're 65?
It's not my first choice, no. I mean, I have to live, but that's not my first choice.
You can make your own YouTube channel.
Well, if people be interested in it, and me,
I think it'd be successful. You could quit your job today and walk out.
yeah.
No, I'm serious. Are you down? It's no joke. You can just walk out and you can just retire.
Well, we have to earn money to retire. What's Mom? Hey.
Oh, nice. See? That's me. That's what happened to me in my car. Same place. Explain that to me.
Well, give me the tour.
The tour, this is it. This is the house. This is my kitchen. So much smaller than my last kitchen. But it does fine. It's just two of us eating. So it does fine.
Wait, that's not how this works. You gotta show what's in the fridge.
There is nothing in the fridge.
Why not?
The fridge is bare. The fridge is bare.
That's because you don't get paid until
I
Wednesday.
don't get paid till Wednesday and it don't go far. So that's the fridge. The humongous living room that is just my workshop.
That's where you're gonna make all the videos, right?
This is where the magic happens. Right here at this table. Right here in this spot.
What's your most prized possession in here?
I don't have one really. My toolbox maybe. It has all my gizmos. There's an attempt at a homemade hovercraft. Not completed yet, but in the process. Skirting and all. And I have a box of electronics here that are just waiting to be put into another 2 or 3 different projects. So just light bulb ideas, feel free.
That's how we know you're a dad.
Why is that?
That was the most dad thing you've ever done.
Light bulb on my head?
For ideas,
Yeah.
it's a dad joke.
No, I don't get it. Usually you see it in cartoons.
What was the one thing that you had to give up that you wish you could still have?
My house.
Are you nervous?
Am I nervous? No, I'm not nervous. I'm anxious. Really. Anxious to get started. A lot of ideas are floating up there in the head, and it's kind of in limbo.
What's your best tool that you got?
I don't know. There's so many. You know, pretty much what I have in my bag here, I'd say you'd want a pair of channel locks, and you'd want a multi-tip screwdriver, and you'd want a pair of side cutters of some type, and you always want a multimeter. Always. Be surprised what you can do with that. And one other tool, what would it be? I don't know. Probably a pair of needle nose. So those would be my 5 choices right there.
Three double doubles protein style.
Okay.
And 2 regular double doubles, but with extra onions too, please.
I think I've had about 4 jobs now since I moved here 3 years ago.
Julie's dad. Pizza here.
Yeah. Savers.
Oh, you worked at a thrift store.
The thrift store, yeah. That was exciting.
How many jobs did you apply to that were engineering related here?
I've probably applied to a dozen of them. I had a couple responses. I had a couple interviews. And, you know, they'd always say they'd get back with you, or, you know, the famous response was, well, we've decided to go with somebody else. And, you know I'm not dumb. It's, you know, my age. You know, they want young folks in there, not older people. that are more of a liability. So.
What was the best part about it? Think back to when you first started it and you liked it and you didn't.
Well, that's when they had a pension, but they did away with it.
So you worked 20 years to get that pension and they just threw it away?
Yes. Unless you were close to retiring, which I wasn't at the time, so.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That super sucks. What was your initial reaction when I was like, I don't like mechanical engineering stuff?
You tried, you know. I didn't think it was your cup of tea, but you wanted to do it, so.
Well, what was the other option? International bullshit?
Well, you could have done computer stuff.
Yeah, but what they teach you at school for computer is nothing.
Well, you didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I know, right? But like,
You know that now, but you didn't know that
I think
then.
it's just.
I can't hear it here. I can't get this. Come on, let's go, Fred.